Ah, that's good, clean water. Man, on a hot day, nothing better. Howdy friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Trailblazer Tim. So in today's video, we're going to be attempting, which is the operative word, a small scientific experience. Let's get the heck up out of this hot sun and get on the porch and I'll show you what we're doing. The process of filtering water has been around since the beginning of man. Millions upon millions upon millions of bottles of purified water are consumed by people all over the world each and every day. Speaking of purified water, it is a process that is used through multiple filtration systems to decontaminate unusable water into a potable form that we can consume. I know myself, as well as probably a great deal of people out in the viewing area, have seen videos of people putting these little water filter systems together, and some are really good videos, and some not so much, and others just kind of suck. And a lot of them have the same kind of components involved, but not too many people actually explain to you the process of how putting this filter together the proper way to get the best results. Here's what you'll need to get started. Some sort of a plastic bottle. It can be a 2-liter bottle or 1-liter bottle or just a regular water bottle. It's got to be plastic, as well as some sort of rag or cotton of sorts, and a sharp knife, a clear glass, active carbon, stones or gravel, as well as sand. If you can't find sand, dirt will work. We're going to start with a plastic bottle, and there's two methods on how you can do this. First method, you can remove the cap off the water bottle, put a rag or whatever you have over top of the hole, and attach it with a rubber band like that. Or, nice and carefully, you can take a knife and you can poke some holes through the top of the lid. Probably about a half a dozen or so. Not too much. Don't slide your knife down. Don't cut yourself. I'm wearing gloves. Something like that. Next we're going to do is we're going to take our sharp knife, and down here by the bottom contour of the bottom of the bottle, we're going to take and we're going to cut the bottom end off. Like that. So that's what we're looking at right now. At this point I have a couple gauze pads as well as a bunch of heads off of Q-tips, or if you have regular cotton balls, that'll work great. We're going to try to stuff it down inside all the way up to where the cap is. At this point, this is where people's preferences and techniques vary greatly. So we start our layering by putting our clear cup down, as well as our bottle that we cut, left the lid on, put holes in it, and we stuff cotton down in it. We're going to sit it upside down right inside of that clear cup. Our first thing that we're going to dump down inside that plastic water bottle is active carbon or charcoal. We're going to follow that up with some regular sand. Our next layer is going to be some fine gravel. So that's what we're looking at so far. We got the cotton that's down inside the cap with some charcoal, as well as some sand and small pebbles. Alright, we're going to follow this layer system up with yet more sand. Last but not least, we're going to follow it up with some larger stones. So far, this is what our filter looks like. Bottle cap with the holes in it, cotton in the bottom or your rag, carbon, charcoal, as well as some sand, small stones, more sand, and larger stones. Well, let's take 2 seconds and review why we layered this water filtration system the way we did. As soon as water goes into the top of this filter, the first thing it's going to run into is those larger stones or the gravel. And that's meant to filter out large sediments such as stuff floating around in the water. The next level that it's going to hit is sand. And that's going to filter out fine impurities as well as organisms and particles that collect in the top layers of the sand, gradually form a biological zone to filter out bacteria, viruses, and parasites. Next thing we got is we have smaller stones, which are going to do the same as the larger stones, but by now, when that water gets down to the point of the smaller stones, it's already gone through the larger stones, picking up the larger material. The sand's filtering out all the organisms. It's got another chance to collect on those stones, as well as another layer of sand. And at the very bottom is that carbon, also charcoal, and that is to remove contaminants and impurities utilizing chemical absorption. Let's go ahead and get some dirty water and try it out. Oh, look at that. That is some nasty water. Trust me, it's water. And it looks like it's got some oil or maybe some floaties in there and everything. A great way to try out this new filter. Let's give it a shot. Well, here goes nothing. Let's give this a try, shall we? Ooh, nasty water. Look, it's working. Oh boy. We'll see how well. The only thing I can think of that may end up working better is if I had more cotton. But you just saw how nasty that water is. It is crap water, like swamp water. Let's continue watching. Oh yeah, see that? It's a slow process, but I want to try to prove that this kind of water filter is the real deal. All right, so it's been 20 minutes. Let's see how we did. All right, time to take that filter off there. Let's have a close-up. Wow, will you look at how clear that water is? Let's set a bottle of water up next to it to compare the clarity. Holy cow. It almost looks as clear as the stuff that came out of that bottle. Well, experiments are only as good as the end result, right? Guess we're gonna have to try that water now. You know, that's not bad. It's got a little bit of an aftertaste to it, but look at how clear that is. Unbelievable. That's not bad at all. Wow, that water wasn't bad at all, even with a little tiny bit of an aftertaste. It wasn't a bad or bitterness or anything like that, just different. That water isn't bad at all. I cannot believe how clear this thing came out. There's no signs of the carbon, no signs of any of that junk, anything. That filter worked perfectly. In fact, I don't drink purified water because I know where it comes from and all that stuff. I only drink spring water or water that I filter through my Brita system. Anyways, what I would have probably done a little bit more of is added more cotton to it. Even though it came out like that, I think just a little more cotton and maybe just a little more charcoal would have made it into the absolutely perfect flavor, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. That's a wrap for this one. Thanks so much for hanging out and watching. Some of you guys might ask me, Tim, where the heck am I going to get some cotton in the middle of the woods when I'm hiking or I'm camping, and where the heck am I going to find any charcoal? First of all, if you watched any of my videos, I usually carry some cotton balls in a little kit as a fire starting deal, and you should too. Or you can use a cotton shirt and just put it over top of it like I showed you with a rubber band, and that works perfectly fine as well. Not to mention, if you have a campfire, there you go, there's your charcoal. Got any comments, questions, leave them down below. Until next time, I'll see you on the outpost.